60% of the time, it works every time.
What's up, everybody? It's the Goal60 here for Week 6 of the 2019 college football season. Once again, joined by Michael, and we're going to go over some picks, hopefully get us some winners. We both were on the winning side this past weekend. I went 4-3, but Michael had a great weekend going 6-2.
Yeah, I'm having ups and downs, so hopefully I can keep on that momentum. You want me to start it off tonight, Clayton?
Yeah, go ahead and you get started, and then we'll go back and forth on picks.
All right. First one I got here is somebody that Alabama's already played. We put up good numbers against them, but they've been doing pretty well lately. I like them -4 versus Pitt. That's Duke, -4 versus Pitt.
Okay. All right. Well, going with the ACC, I like that too. It's not a bad play at all. I've got I've got Duke winning that game also, but I chose it was a little too close for me. It wasn't enough discrepancy between my line and what the Vegas line was, so I skipped it. But my first play is going to be in the SEC. It's going to be a primetime game. It's going to be the game day game, and I'm heading to Gainesville, Florida, for the Auburn and Florida game. And I'm looking at taking the over. I like a lot of points scored here. I think Auburn can put up some points. They're on a roll. I think their defense is good, but I still have Florida being able to put up a little bit against them. And for that reason, I don't like the line here. I like taking the over 46.5.
I hear you. I couldn't hear if you said ACC or SEC, but that was the SEC. But
I probably messed it up.
I'm just messing with you. Hey, I got Auburn, and that's a part of, I got a 4-team teaser this week, and Auburn is one of those. I got Auburn. I'm teasing them from -3, +7. So let's just go through the house. Would that be +3?
Yeah, it should be +3 on the other side.
Yep. So I like them over Florida. I don't think Florida's really played anybody. You know, they did well last week, but I think Auburn's riding a high, and I think they're going to roll through them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Auburn right now is playing really well. But definitely, they took care of me last week. I know you were on Auburn last week, and I was not, and they flat out come out and just stomped on Mississippi State. My next play is actually going to be heading to the Pac-12. I'm looking at a little bit, a team that hasn't played that great this week or this year. And I actually went against them last week, but I'm going to take Stanford right here. I think it's a good spot. It's kind of just one of those situational games. And I like Stanford +15, over 2 touchdowns against Washington. I think they can hopefully hold it within 2. I don't think they're going to win this game, but I do think they'll hold it within 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Clayton. I saw it at my line at +16.5. So
good.
I'm liking Stanford too. It's a home game. Those games are usually pretty tough and close. So yeah, I like Stanford +16.5 as well.
Good.
So, all right. Well, moving on with my teaser, somebody that LSU took care of, but West Virginia has just been terrible this year. I like Texas tease from -11 down to -4.
I got you. Well, I'm actually going to go against you a little bit here. I'm actually going to go with
Hey, that makes me feel good about it then. That makes me feel real good about it.
I hear you. Nothing wrong with that. You definitely took care of last week. We went head-to-head and went 3, and you went 3-0. And that was the 3 losses that I had. So hopefully I can get back at you this week. And if you're teasing it, it could work out for both of us. We'll just have to middle it, I guess. But that's going to be what my plays is actually taking West Virginia plus the points there.
Straight up or tease them up?
I'm going to take it straight up. Honestly, I'll probably end up teasing these as well, but I like to play them for a unit, and then I'll maybe group them together and tease them and play them for a unit each and just kind of, move the line a little bit towards my direction.
See, I just see this being so lopsided. I think Texas, this could be like a 55-28 game. This could be like a 48-14 game. West Virginia is just terrible this year since Will Grier has graduated, or went to the pros. But anyway, moving on with my teaser. And and I'll go through them real quick again once I get to the last one. But
Yep.
I'm going to go back to another SEC game, and that's going to be Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt held Georgia to 31.
Yep.
Ole Miss, they're already getting 7. Ole Miss, I mean, they scored late, against Alabama and tried to make a comeback, but I just think Vandy's going to hang in there. I took Vandy from +7 to +14.
I got you. Getting 2 touchdowns is never bad. I'm going to stick with, since we just now talked about Texas and West Virginia, I do think there's going to be some points in that game. Right now, the line that I've seen was around 59 this morning, and I like taking the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I don't see either defense being able to hold the other offense. And so hopefully they'll both score a lot, and go back and forth would be perfect for me.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out this last one then, and that's gonna be Michigan State versus Ohio State. Maybe you know something I don't, but I looked at this spread and it stood out to me. I might be getting baited in here, but I like Michigan State plus 19.5 teased up to 26.5. I think. I mean, Ohio State's good, but this is a kind of a conference game, so they need to. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think it's going to be closer than 26.5.
I got you. Well, I'm actually on that game as well, but I'm not on the side. I'm going with another total, and I'm going to say that Ohio State and Michigan State can both score. I think Michigan State can put up a little bit more on them than what most teams can. If Michigan State can score 20, and Ohio State gets anything going, and even if they only score another 20, 25, something like that, I'm looking at taking that over. I really think over 49 is a play here. I think that Michigan State can get 3 touchdowns and get them against them, and I think Ohio State can score. They got a really good offense, so I'm taking over in that one as well. A lot of square plays for me this week.
I like that, and I might switch out the Michigan State plus 26.5 because, I mean, Ohio State could run away with it. I mean, there's always that possibility. But the guarantee there, I think, more is if you like the points over, which looks good, I would tease it down 7 points to over 42. I think that's a good play in that 14 teaser.
Agreed.
All right. Another team I like here that actually beat Michigan State, I believe, was Northwestern versus Nebraska. Northwestern's getting +7 here. I know it's at Nebraska, but I think Northwestern could win this game outright. I'm taking Northwestern plus 7.5.
I hear you. It's a good letdown spot for Nebraska after they got whooped so bad last week. There was a lot of sharp money on Nebraska last week that took a big hurt. This year specifically has been a year where what I've seen as far as the sharp side has not always been the sharp side. It's more than usual. A lot of public money has been won this year. So I definitely think Nebraska could come back down to earth and really fall a lot. My next play is going to be on a team that I was on last week. I think actually both of us were on last week in Oregon State. I'm going to take them plus the points against UCLA. I think that this Oregon State team is a fighter. I think that they like to, they're trying their best to get a win here in the Pac-12. I think a lot of people jumped on UCLA because of what they were able to do against Washington State. And I think Oregon State's in a good spot here. I'm going to take them plus the points.
Yeah, I mean, I've been heavy on Oregon State this year. They put up points, but yeah, UCLA. I mean, they're gonna have to start turning something on. But like I said, Oregon State has a offense that can put up some points. So yeah, I like Oregon State in that one. My last one here is gonna be Liberty.
Gotcha.
They're playing New Mexico State. I know Liberty's been beating teams this year under their new head coach. I know they held Syracuse to 24, which is big for them. I think they beat New Mexico State this week. New Mexico State's 0-5. I know it's at home, and you would think they'd start winning some games this year, but I like Liberty there.
Yeah, I think Hugh Freeze is a good football coach, and he's up there at Liberty doing his thing. I think they're going to be better. I've actually got 2 left. My next one is going to be TCU. I like them in this spot. I think they're getting a few points. I'm looking for Iowa State to have a little bit of a letdown before they get back on track. And TCU, nobody's talked about them. I know they lost to SMU. SMU's not a bad team this year, and that's a rivalry game. I think TCU has a game right here. I think they keep it within the 4. Hopefully they'll lose by, no more than a field goal, and we can cover that. And then, did you say you're out, you're done, or you have one more?
No, me and you matched on the Stanford game,
Yeah.
and one other game. So
I
no,
got you.
I'm done.
Well, I got one more to finish it up, and I'm staying in the Big 12, and I'm going with Baylor. I think Baylor gets this win against Kansas State. I think Matt Rule's a really, really good football coach. They beat Iowa State last week, upset them. I think that they get the same thing done this week on the road against Kansas State. Kansas State's got a really good football coach. That guy, the last 25 games last week was his first loss, going back to North Dakota State. But I really think that Baylor is on the up and up, and I really like them here. I wish we were getting a few more points. Hopefully this will go towards, get above the 3. May have to buy it, may have to put it in the teaser, do something like that. But I really like Baylor right here against Kansas State.
Yeah, in my opinion, if I was to play that, I almost actually wrote it down in the teaser was to tease Kansas State.
Okay.
So, yeah, they played Mississippi State. They played them well. I know they can hang it. I know they can hang in there with Baylor. No Mississippi State, so that's not saying much depending on what Auburn did to them last week. But I do think on Mississippi State, though, that their head coach is on the hot seat, just like Chip Kelly. I think he's got to do something. But that being said, I don't know why it just stuck out to me. I liked Kansas State teased.
I got you. Well, that's everything we got this week. I really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at Thegoal60. Now I'm on Instagram. I'm even started Instagram for this thing, man. I mean, I'm getting all social. I'm telling you, social media.